Hi and welcome to another video. No idea when this is gonna be posted. I'm extremely busy right now, but I kind of wanted to film a really quick video before I get interrupted. Well, I have a minute of peace, quiet, and silent. And I don't think that's gonna last for long. Anyway, today's video, I wanted to share my experience of my cat and her tooth resorption, because I personally never heard about it before, and this is my first cat, and I just want to share my experience just in case anybody else has experience with this and is also maybe possibly going through this with their cat. Yeah. Okay. So my cat has something called tooth resorption, and it has caused her to get 5 teeth removed and 1 tooth shaved down. She had to get the 1 tooth shaved down because it was so pointy that in like cat's mouth, like teeth won't grow back when they're like an adult cat, but like bone will, and it would be like poking in where the bone wouldn't like need to grow. And so they just shaved it down that way when the bone fills in, it's not like pointy in there, if that makes sense. And then the first one showed signs of tooth resorption, and then the second one showed, like, the first one would need to like be pulled out now because of tooth resorption. The second one needed to be pulled out because of tooth resorption, that she can see the vet by just looking at her teeth, and by the vet I mean a dental specialist. And the other two were beginning signs that until I would see the vet next time would become a issue, so we just went ahead and had those be pulled out as well. That way that it is less money for me down the road and less pain for her down the road. So anyway, I want to get into quickly the story of her going to see the dental specialist. So randomly one day I went to give her a pamper session. By pamper session I mean cut her nails and to brush her teeth. So we cut her nails, and by we I mean my father held her, because as much as I love her, she's good with her nails, but it's just easier with 2 people, one person handling the cat, the other person handling the clippers. I'm trying to talk fast because I want people to like be interested in this and to not jibber jabber all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna continue. So that's basically what happened with the dental specialist, but I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because I want to kind of talk about how that we figured out about the tooth resorption. So first I called the vet on January 24th 2026, and I called them and I was like, hi, like I went to brush my cat's teeth and I noticed one of them missing, and it's one of her front teeth, and I don't really know what to do, but like it's not bleeding or anything, but like I know that that's not good for a tooth randomly just to fall out. Like, she's a 3-year-old cat, whatever. And so they were like, okay, we can get you an appointment, and then they scheduled me one for like the next week or something like that. And then, because I think I called them around like 9 a.m. and then later on that day I called them back and I'm like, hey, I know I said that it was just 1 tooth, but now the 1 tooth might be sort of like hanging back behind her gums, and I don't like want it to just be hanging there until she has her vet appointment. So then they moved it up. I feel like this is a little different angle, but oops, I was getting interrupted by dogs, so sorry if this is a little different angle. Anyway, I have to talk really fast because I'm gonna be interrupted probably within the next 10 minutes. So I called and I was like, hey, her teeth, like one of them looks like it's kind of hanging back there, and I don't really want it to be hanging. And I know, like, cats when they're young, like, they usually swallow their baby teeth, whatever, but like, these aren't baby teeth, and like, I feel bad, you know, her waiting for this appointment and it just hanging there. Well, it turns out that it was in fact not hanging there, and it turns out that like, it was just like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was like the roof of her mouth was what I was seeing, and not like an actual tooth. They basically said it's actually not one tooth that's missing, it's 2 front teeth. And they said, like, hey, does she like chew on toys? Like, does she play rough with other cats? And I said, well, her cat cousin sometimes jumps on her, but she's not a cat like and toy kind of gal. She's very picky if she plays with a toy, but like, she won't consistently play with a toy. And they're like, okay, then we do need to put her under for x-rays to see if her tooth is fractured, and that everything is like well there, but we're not equipped. And then they sent me to the dentist referral, who then, as I said earlier, removed some of the teeth. Her tooth did not end up being fractured, but every year she does have to go to the cat specialist, and she does have to get put under, and they have to take x-rays of her teeth to see if she has more tooth absorption or resorption. Sorry, for the life of me, I cannot say that word correctly. So if I say it differently, it's tooth resorption. And so she has to get that basically checked each year, and kind of go for follow-up visits. And then I felt like that aftercare was like kind of interesting, because she did have to be on 2 pills. She had to be on gabapentin, and I'm trying to see if I can find Onasar, something like that. I'm probably butchering how you pronounce that, but they had to be she had to be on those for a little bit. At this point, I don't even know where we left off because my phone keeps on running out of storage. Anyway, they gave her some medicine, and that helped. And yeah, she did not pee or poop for like a hot minute, even though they said that she would most likely have to. And for the aftercare instructions, she cannot get her teeth brushed for 20 days, and she cannot have toys for 14 days. And her least favorite thing is she cannot have treats for 10 days. Do you know how often that my daughter screams for a chicken heart? A lot. Like, at least 4 times a day. At least. She loves chicken hearts. Free share chicken hearts, by the way. Not like just raw chicken hearts. But she's doing well. She's recovering well, and she does have stitches in her mouth where they removed the teeth, and she does not seem agitated by them at all. And if anybody has any questions of my experience and her experience, and I did have her, sorry, I'm talking quietly, I did have her quarantined for the first 48 hours while she was like recovering from the anesthesia, because I did not want my sister's cat jumping at her at all, which the vet said that would be a good idea. She said, oh, quarantine's not required. I'm like, but my sister's cat's orange, and he does jump at her regularly, and like, I don't think that's a good idea to have them interact and him jump at her, because he wants to play, and she's exhausted and can't be like, hey buddy, back off. But yeah, that's her experience, and if anybody has any questions or if they want to add on their personal experience, just let me know down in the comments. And that's all for the video. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry that's the last part of this. I have to be quiet.